Ben Shephard has always been the calm heartbeat of morning television, the steady, reassuring presence viewers trust to start their day. His warmth, his gentleness, his quiet humor, it's all part of what makes him so deeply loved. But lately, something has felt different. The sparkle in his eyes has softened, replaced with a hint of strain. The easy laughter has grown quieter. And now, for the first time, his wife Annie Shephard has opened up about the emotional struggle their family has been facing behind closed doors. It began with Ben suddenly stepping back from several commitments, something fans rarely see. He's the type who shows up no matter what, the professional who powers through storms with a smile. But this time, he simply disappeared from screen without explanation. Viewers immediately sensed something was wrong. Speculation filled social media as people wondered why the ever-dependable Ben was missing. The truth, Annie revealed, is that their family has been going through an incredibly heavy, emotionally draining chapter, one filled with stress, unexpected challenges, and moments that left both Ben and Annie shaken. Though they've chosen to keep the details private, the weight of what they're dealing with has been almost overwhelming. Close friends say the emotional blow came suddenly, catching Ben off guard and leaving him trying to hold himself together while feeling completely undone inside. A man who was normally composed and steady found himself struggling to navigate feelings he wasn't prepared for. Ben has been hurting more deeply than people realize, Annie admitted softly. This has changed him. For Annie, the hardest part has been watching the man she loves, the strong, centered, endlessly patient Ben, reach a point where even the simplest moments feel heavy. There were days when he barely spoke, days when he would sit in their living room, lost in thought, unable to shake the overwhelming sense of strain pressing on his heart. She described moments where he tried to smile for her sake, only for the smile to fade almost instantly. Friends say they often sat together in silence. No words, no jokes, just two people holding each other through a storm they didn't ask for. Sometimes Ben would try to push through, insisting he was fine, only for the emotional weight to bring him to a stop. It's the kind of pressure that refuses to be ignored, one friend explained. ITV colleagues, aware of the situation, immediately encouraged him to step back and focus on himself. Producers and co-workers sent messages of support, reminding him that his well-being mattered more than any schedule. The atmosphere behind the scenes grew noticeably quieter, filled with concern and genuine care for someone who has brought so much joy to so many. But the most emotional moment, Annie says, came when Ben sat down and acknowledged aloud that he needed help, that he was overwhelmed, tired, and emotionally drained. It wasn't dramatic or loud. It was quiet, soft, the kind of confession that comes only when someone reaches the limit of their strength. He hasn't been quite himself since, Annie shared. But he's trying. Every day, he tries. These days, Ben spends more time at home, focusing on small moments of peace. A cup of tea in the kitchen, a long walk with Annie, quiet evenings curled up on the sofa. Some days he feels a little lighter. Other days the heaviness returns without warning. And through all of it, Annie has been his anchor, offering comfort, patience, and the kind of love that doesn't demand anything except honesty. Despite the difficult chapter, Ben and Annie have been overwhelmed by the outpouring of support from fans. Thousands of messages have arrived. Kind words, encouragement, stories from people who admire him, not just as a presenter, but as a human being. Annie said those messages have been a surprising blessing, giving them warmth during a time that desperately needed it. Healing, however, isn't quick. Emotional strain doesn't disappear because you wish it away. Those close to the Shephard family say Ben is still taking things day by day. He knows he isn't ready to return to the bright, upbeat persona viewers know so well. Not yet. But he is moving forward, slowly, gently, supported every step of the way. One thing is certain. Ben is not facing this alone. Annie is right beside him, steady and strong, reminding him that even in the hardest seasons, love remains an unshakable source of strength. And as the Shephard family continues their journey through this challenging time, fans across the nation stand with them, offering compassion, warmth, and unwavering support. Ben Shephard may be hurting, but he is surrounded by love, and the world is waiting patiently for the day he is ready to shine brightly once again.